I think BookTok has reached cult status.
Here are 10 actually good classic literature recommendations for actual beginners.
So I saw on TikTok that you can buy these decorative books.
I've read 11 Colleen Hoover books so far, and
I want to talk about reading and the profound effects that it can have on your mental state, mindset, and overall intelligence.
We've heard about TikTok, the dance-driven app with over 1 billion users worldwide. Now BookTok has Australian bookshops seeing higher sales and more young readers.
And I know some booksellers have been a bit sniffy about it, but I sort of feel like whatever gets people back into reading, the better. I don't care where it's coming from or what's driving it or even what books people are reading. If people are reading again, that's good.
Owner of New Edition Bookshop in Fremantle, Alan Sheardown, says he has seen an increase in sales since BookTok became popular.
It's offline. I think that's its most radical thing. I mean, it's weird to say that books are radical, but the books are radical because they're offline. People aren't, being beeped at it and all that sort of thing while they're reading, and it's an immersive experience that you don't get with film or anything other visual medium. And that's radical, weirdly, in this day and age.
TikTok rose to popularity in Western Australia in 2020 amidst the beginnings of the COVID lockdowns. Now worth upwards of $50 billion, the platform has a huge reach, especially in today's youth. Described as an individual echo chamber, the mysterious algorithm works to present the viewer content that they will likely engage with. Online communities like BookTok have become extremely popular and have caused a resurgence of reading in the youth. The pandemic saw a rise in escapist reading, a break from the relentless COVID news cycle. Alan Shearman says that books have a special power, that reading transports you into another world.
I just think it allows you to get into the headspace of another person, and that's always been the great value of books, is being able to step into the persona and character of someone else who may not share or you may not share their background, socioeconomic or race or history, and that's been the great thing about books forever, and it continues to be the thing that books can do that other mediums don't do.
So how does a platform based on short, sharp 30-second videos motivate young people to read? We asked young readers if BookTok has influenced their reading choices. Here is what they said.
I'd say it's influenced me a lot, because rather than reading online reviews, if I see a lot of people have enjoyed a book on BookTok, then I'll read it.
And it really opens up to me, it broadens my horizon with books. So I've sort of started reading books that I wouldn't really think about.
I think it definitely has, because I think it romanticizes reading more. So I see people reading and I think I want to have that aesthetic.
Alan explains that books are unique in the commitment and time required compared to other mediums of entertainment. He believes in the importance of the physical book.
For people who love books, you need to have something tactile that you can touch. So even if you love a book, people often read a book that they love online and then come in and buy it because they need to have that touchstone that is the book that's on the shelf that they can look at, and it's like a touchstone for them that takes them back into that world. And I think that won't ever go. I think they're almost like an object of art as well as being a medium of entertainment. People need both.
Alan likened the community of BookTok to the communities that form around independent bookshops in Perth.
And I think the great joy of bookshops is there is quite an unusual civic space. People who come there because they love books, but the people who come aren't all the same people. So maybe they're science readers, or they're history readers, or they're fiction readers, or they're romance readers, or they're poets, but everyone's in the same space because they love books, and part of that is an interest in other people and an interest in other people's ideas. So people come into the shop and it's an amazing space and amazing people all existing and coexisting in a really civil way. And I think that sort of thing we're missing, especially online, because everyone tends to be siloed into their areas of interest. But even in daily life, you tend to hang with the people that have the same values as you, whereas a bookshop is an unusual space where you're mixing and mingling with people from all cultures.